Okay, so we're starting off with a few quotes there, just really to stress the importance of reading. Now, we've made an active decision at Westvale Park that for us, it's all about pushing the reading. So once we learn to read, we can read to learn. And that's a really important statement and a belief of ours. So you won't be getting lots of homework throughout the year. We will be focusing purely on the reading, because as you can see there with the information, and we'll send this slides around to all parents as well, that all of the research is there and backs up the fact that children who can read from an earlier age generally increase their vocabulary, their general knowledge, and their understanding about the world. And you've got there some really, really powerful research that reading for pleasure is more likely to determine whether a child does well at school than their social or economic background. So more than any other factor, if you can get your children to have that love for reading early on, determines how well they will do in the future educationally. And then I know I've shared it a few times before as well, the importance of nursery rhymes at this age. To know 8 nursery rhymes off by heart by the age of 4, those are the children that are going to be better readers and better spellers by that age of 8. So really important that you have that onset and rhyme knowledge. I guess if you think about it, if they know rhyming really well, then they start to learn those letter strings. And so if you can spell one word in that rhyming pattern, you can spell all of the words in that rhyming pattern, and similarly with reading. So if you could do anything at all, if you think your child doesn't know 8 nursery rhymes, that's quite a lovely little bit of homework there. And then you can see our early years reading goal this year. We've got the statement there for you. I'm sure Miss Goswell and Mrs. DeSapera, I said it wrong again, didn't I? Taught you through the early years curriculum last year and the development matters. Reading is one of our early learning goals, and you can see there that our ultimate aim this year is that children can read and understand simple sentences. And we are teaching them phonics throughout the year so that they can decode those words. And then we will be teaching them some trickier words to read and decode as well, and so that they can talk about what they are reading. So this big document, you can Google it, and it's got what we're working towards for the entire year. And so our phonics at Westvale Park, we teach phonics using the Read, Write, Ink scheme. And we teach in a multi-sensory way. So by that, I mean, you will see it throughout our environment. You can see that some children, they won't want to pick up a pencil and pen straight away, but they might want to start writing in shaving foam, rice, glitter, big movements with sticks and mud outside. So any way to encourage that early writing and reading. The sounds, it's really important with phonics, our Read, Write, Ink scheme, that we teach them not in alphabetical order. So the first set of sounds you've got here are set 1 sounds, and we've got set 1 sounds there, and you can see they're in order. So the first sound the children were taught was today, and that was Now, what's really motivational about the way this has been put together is that by the end of the first week, you can see how many words that your children will be able to read. So sad, they can read mad, Sam. So those CVC words, just after that first week, they can read, and that's really motivational for them. They are the speedy sounds, because the ones in front of you are the ones that we would expect they can do fluently. So they'll be tested every day on the ones they've already learned, so they'll just pick up speed of spotting them. Pure sounds are taught to enable children to blend. By this, we mean that we don't say A like you might if you're teaching them the alphabet. We say A, so that they can start to blend them when they're reading. Now, I will not show you the video now in case it doesn't work, but we will send around the video link again from Read, Write, Ink to show you how to pronounce all of those sounds. Now, lessons are really short, they're fun, they're active, and there's lots of praise throughout. We also, as part of our phonics, we teach those individual sounds, but we also teach alongside that the tricky words, those high frequency words that you cannot sound out because they don't follow the normal rules. In Read Write Inc, they're called red words, and we will be sending them home as we are teaching them. Really, it's a case of your children just need to start learning them by sight. So knowing those words. So you will get those red words as we're learning them. And your children might talk to you about Fred. Now, Fred is a little frog. Every classroom's got a Fred. And as soon as the children know some sounds, they'll be introduced to Fred. Now, Fred sits on the teacher's shoulder. And poor little Fred can only speak by blending. So he will sound out in sounds. So you can see there, he said he's d. So the children will have to use Fred talk to work out what he's trying to say to them. And it might be that the teachers use Fred talk throughout the day. So they might tell children to hang their coats up on their p, and see who can start to blend and read. So it'll be drip fed throughout their day. It might be something they try and do with you at home. So you might like to do that too. It's called Fred Talk. Then we have word time. So as soon as the first set of sounds are taught, we start to work on green words. Now, these are words that they will be able to sound out by the sounds that they've already learned. So you can see how quickly they will start to be able to read. We also use magnetic letters to start making these words at the end of their phonics session. And we talked about these earlier. These are examples of our tricky words because they just need to learn them. So we've got the, we can't, you can't sound out t, he, to get the. So those are ones that we sent home for them to learn separately. After all the set 1 speed sounds are taught, your child will start to learn set 2 sounds. Now these are vowel sounds that the children will learn, and they'll learn a little sound and a rhyme that go with them. So it's giving you an example there. The O, blow the snow. So the children will start to recognise those when they're reading. And finally, in the phonics scheme, there is set 3 sounds. This looks at all the different alternate ways of saying the same sound. I mean, we all know that the English language is not an easy one to learn, and you can see that with the reading patterns. As I said, I'm going to send this round for you to look at afterwards and put the video link up for you. We've got a list of terminology here. Now, we will try wherever possible not to fall into educational jargon, but the children might come back knowing these proper terms and talking about them with you at home. So if they do say that they're learning their split diagraphs, and it will show you this is what it means by that, and CVC words. So we've got the list of terminology there just for you to refer to. So, top tips for reading. I've put together here just the top 10 because, as we said, that's our only ask for you at home, is to encourage that reading. So number 1 is just trying to fit in where it can fit in your routine to make books a part of your family life. Now, for some people, that's bath, book in bed. For other people, they know their children respond better to reading first thing in the morning after breakfast. So it's just working out as your family what works for you. What's your best routine? Top tip 2, join your local library. That's particularly good for children that you just want to add that excitement of them picking their own books. Libraries are really special places to visit. Top tip 3, read about something they're interested in. So I've heard lots of parents in the past saying that their children just don't like reading, or they're not interested in books. I would say to you, just keep trying with different books. You can see there we put a cooking book, books about their hobbies. It could be they prefer to look at little newspaper articles or ingredients on the back of a cereal box. Whatever it is, just try to get them interested and see the value of reading. All reading is good reading, so top tip 4 there. Let your child see you reading. It's a really nice thing for them to see and role model. And this is a really important one, get comfortable. So again, lots of children don't enjoy reading because suddenly they're made to sit at a dining room table or a kitchen table, and it's really formal for them after a hard day of learning at school. So, you know, they want to snuggle up, make it exciting, build a den. So again, just something nice and cozy for them. Our top tip 6 as well is not just to struggle through and read the book, it's talking about the book, asking questions. You could bring out questions on vocabulary and what do words mean. Also, another really good one is to talk about the characters' feelings. It's often a way into your own children. If they're experiencing something, you could pick a book that's similar and talk about how the characters have handled those situations. Again, like I said, read wherever you get the chance. Signs on the way to school, at the weekends in the car. So there's reading all around us and children have to get used to that. And we've got top tip 8, read favourite stories again. And some people are really worried that their children only like certain stories. I would say that you're winning if that's the case, because if they love a book, they are going to get that sight recognition, that rhyming pattern, and it'll help them with their creative writing later on. So don't worry if they only like a few books. Do read those repeatedly for them. They might start filling in the words for you. And enjoy bedtime stories. So again, the children don't have to do all of the reading. It's really nice for them to hear you read to them. It's also a really good time of the day. I know as a parent myself, I don't get much out of my daughter after school, but if it's bedtime and she's meant to go to bed, suddenly she opens up about everything. So it's a really nice time to sit and talk. And again, linking to what we were talking about earlier, make the most of rhyme and repetition. These books are key to helping your children with spelling and reading more fluently. So, how can you help at home? In a nutshell, our expectations are that you read with your child 5 out of 7 days. I've put 5 out of 7 because, you know, it might be a night of the weekday where you've got a swimming class or something, or it just doesn't happen. I don't want you or your child to think that that's all over and they won't get a sticker or a reward, because the weekends do work better for some people. So we will be checking the books on a Friday each week and changing the books in their book bag starting this Friday. So it'll be 5 out of 7 days. What we are going to launch for you later on in the week is the app Purple Mash, and on there is an online child's reading diary. This will enable you to type in comments, and our teachers will be able to type in comments too about the children's writing. So it stops all of the worry about COVID and more items going back and forward from the home. So again, it's just a way of continuing our expectations without letting that go in their important first year. So we've said again, talk, ask questions. I've put a little section here about playing games, because again, there won't be lots of topic homework. We want you to focus on the reading. But if your child is pre-reading stages, you might get books home that are just picture books to look at to start with. And that's okay. Every child learns at a different rate. Some children find it difficult to learn to read because they can't hear the sounds yet. So games such as I Spy with My Little Eye, I went to the shop and bought things that began with, really help the children start to hear the sounds so that they can make better progress with the seeing and reading the sounds. I've also got a few games there like Kim's Game and Simon Says, again, that if your child, you think they could get it, but they struggle to sit still or follow instructions or their memory. So again, these are little games that are fun to play at home, but they really will help the children. And then we've got, as a key one to encourage them and get them interested in letters, is that your child can recognise and write their own name. And then we've finished there with using the Reading Eggs app. Now, I'm going to just look at that quickly with you. I know lots of you are already doing this. So I'm just going to end this slide and come out and look at Reading Eggs. So with the Reading Eggs app, if you haven't already requested a login, we'll be handing them out hard copy to every child this week. So every child will have their Reading Eggs app and login. And again, if your child does a couple of levels of this could count as one of their 5 out of 7. So you will go into this section that says start here. We're ignoring the junior and the Reading Express. So we've got Reading Eggs there. That's the one that you go into. I think where people are confused, they've tried to get into the other ones. It will ask you to do a placement test first before you get to see this screen. Now the placement test, it will just be for children that maybe know quite a lot of their phonics already and wouldn't want to start at level 1. For 99% of children coming into reception, it will put you at level 1 on the map. So again, there's a lot here available. You can see that they can, when they start earning their eggs at the top there, their golden eggs, it shows you how much. They do start earning different songs, different critters, eggs that they can spend in the shop to dress up their little character, and you know, you can get books as well that match the stage of their reading. So you will end up on a map. This is map 4, but each map is the same. It has 12 levels. And within those, one level has 8 little games. Now, you wouldn't want to do more than one level, I'd say, certainly on a school day. They are tiring, and it's hugely research-based in that it teaches through precision teaching. So it will really help you, especially as a parent, if you're not very confident on the phonic sounds. This app will talk to them in that way. It also teaches them to recognise capital letters as well as those smaller letters for reading. And it will teach them the vocabulary, such as nouns, verbs, as we go on. Now, at the end of each 12 little levels, there's a quiz. And at that quiz, it will ask 15 questions. Now, once they've answered those, if they've answered enough of them correct, they'll progress to the next map. There are 12 maps in total, but don't worry about racing through that. Those 12 maps should take you up to a year 2 reader. So if they are well on their way, you can sort of get a feel for where they are with their reading. Now, each of those maps produces a certificate, and at our end, we'll keep the motivation up by presenting the certificates on a Friday. So other highlights for us for Reading Eggs is that the teachers can look at the teacher dashboard and can see how well that your child is progressing. So it might be that your child, for whatever reason, is a bit more nervous, sat one-to-one for teacher or looking at a book, but we'll be able to see that progression and that reading age and words that they should know that we can put into our planning. Online books are available, pitched at the correct level for your child. They keep unlocking those. There are activity sheets available on there for you. But also another big one is it's just motivational for them. It's another way in for reading with their phonics. And it's a way as a parent of protecting that screen time. So you're still giving them a bit of screen time, but it's in a really focused way that's going to help their learning. So again, just to reiterate, the username and password will be sent home this week in hard copy. Any problems, please email the class teacher or myself and we can get that sorted out so they can do that. Again, we've got the reading books and reading records will start coming out this week. So it's a real push from now just to get that early reading.